Okay, today we're going to talk about group policies. Group policies are the heart of Active Directory. There's no Active Directory without group policies. So that's why we're using group policies in Active Directory. So as the name says, group policies are the rules we're going to apply for groups of objects in Active Directory. So these group of objects can be users or they can be group of computers. So the most important thing is when we apply these group policies, as an example, we got a few different departments. So you want to apply different setting for different users or different computers. So the most important thing is we need to understand what is the precedence of the apply. So to briefly explain this one, I have opened so Windows Microsoft website under group policies. If you want to know more about group policies, you can read this one, but uh, it is not a part of the scope of this video. So group policy hierarchy. Group policy hierarchy is where how the group policies are applied. So by default, the group policies is inherited and cumulative, and it affects all computers and users in a Active Directory container. Okay, if you're looking into if you apply these policies into one of the organization unit or whatever, so it's going to apply to the whole object inside that unit. So this is the order in the process. So the local group policies are applied. If you got the local computer policies or anything, will be applied first. And then the group policies linked to sites are applied. So sites means, let's say if you have two sites, like one is a hexagon site, the other one is a circle.hexagon site. So they are different sites. So sites means they are separated by logical group of different subnet, and then a different group of computers and the users. So after group local policies they applied, then the third one is group policies linked to domains are applied. So then domain like a hexagon.local will be applied. And then this is the important one. Group policies linked to organization units are applied. Got after that, you got a department that will be applied to department. So nested organization unit GPOs are linked to parent organization unit applied before child organization. So child organization unit are the ones applied the precedence. So it's like this. So child and then parent and then domain and then sites and then local. So child one is the most important one. That is the one that take precedence over everything else. So that's like that. If you got something like, uh, let's say you got an organization called head office, and then after head office you got a sales, and then you got a users in sales. So users in sales, and then sales, and then head office. It's like that. So parent is head office, and then the child one is sales, and another child one is users. So that is how they're going to be applied. So if you want to have a look more about this, you can read this documentation. The order in which GPO are processed is significant because they, when the policy is applied, it overrides policy that was applied earlier. Let's say something applied in your uh, head office level and will override with your sales department level. And then something applied in sales department level, if you apply it again to users level in sales department, it will override both the sales department level and the head office level. So let's go into our DC1, right? So I'm in the DC1. I'm going to open Active Directory users and computers. Yeah. Okay. All right. So these are created. So we'll explain very quickly before going into this. So this is where I created the sales organization unit. Under sales, you got some users, and under that, I created another organization unit called marketing. Under marketing, another set of users. Let's see, we're going to create a policies, group policy in sales and marketing, and how they affect in the how they apply, right? Okay, let me open group policy management console. So this is where we create the policies, right? So as you see, I will expand this a little bit further. So see that this is size. If you got a size ones are applying after local policies, and then domain policies are applied after domain policies. The parent, and then you got a child, and then you got another child. So whatever applied here will override whatever applying to this one, and then it will override whatever applying in here, and that will override whatever applying in here, and that will finally override size, right? So in order order like in applied in this one first, and then second, and then third, fourth, and fifth, like that, right? So this one is taking more precedence over everything else, right? So first thing, I'm going to create a policy for sales under users, right? Create a GP on this domain and link it here, right? I'm going to put the name, setting, prescription for sales users, right? This one will be control panel. I'm going to put some restrictions in control panel icons, right? And that's what we're going to do in this policy, right? Let's say you don't want to see some control panel items, right? Uh, is it already in there? Let me have a look, right? All right. So we're going to select this one, create, sorry, settings for sales. Again, using a control panel. All right, so creating the policy. So created. So, right, once you click on the policy, you will see the scope of the policy. So this is scope. Scope is users in a sales department, and here you can see the details of the policy. Is it enabled or not, right? And then you got some options here, right? Okay, so under settings here, once you configure, you can expand this one and have a look what settings are there. And finally, for the delegation, who manage the policies, who can edit, modify, apply, all those things are listed in here. We can add more people if you want, right? Okay, so this is only whatever we did is we link, create a policy and link with a scope. Now, actually, how we're going to do is we're going to edit, and this is where the policies we're going to configure the policies. So I'm going to maximize this one. So now in this group policy management editor, right? That's where we edit the policy. So it got the two main sections. It's a computer configuration and then user configuration, right? So policies can be applied into computer or user, right? But if you have a look, if you're looking into that, you still see some of the settings are similar. Take an example. So computer configuration, you got a software installation, and in user configuration, you got software installation as well. So why, when you are creating the policies, you need to think of a best way how can they created and applied. So in this case, if you do software installation, let's say you want to install 7-zip software in all the computers. So it's like a generalized software. So you want to install it in a computer. So the best way is to use under computer. It needed to restart that computer, but if you apply this one in the user, so every time that in a group one of the user logging in, it will try to install software. So in this case, it's better to use computer configuration, right? In today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to do some user configuration. So I'll click on user configuration, right? And under user configuration, I'm going to go administrative templates. That's where we can create some settings. So I'll go to control panel, right? And we're going to hide some control panel items, right? So let's click on that, right? That will open a new window. So we're going to, it's not configured, so I'm going to enable. Once you enable, you need to disallow some of the items. I'm going to put some few items, right? Okay, so let's have a look. Going to control panel, I need to get few items. Okay, I'm in a control panel, right? Okay, take in here. Okay, I want them to disable Windows firewall, Defender firewall. Uh, Paste, and maybe one more item. Uh, where's control panel? Okay, so let's get one more item. What else you have? Maybe a network and sharing center. Where is that? Network and sharing center. Okay, so these two items. Okay, so okay, press OK, apply. Okay, so that's how we enable now, right? You can put comments if you want. See under comments, disabled items. Right. You can list disabled item, right? Firewall and network and sharing center, right? Apply. Okay. Right. So, when you open that one, we know what we disabled, right? So, hide is enabled now, right? Okay. So, you got some comments there. Going to click on that, close, right? GP update, pause. Okay, so that been applied. Don't worry about this error because I haven't used all my computers here, so it should be applied. So let me logging into sales users here. right? One of the sales staff, right? Let's select one of the random person, right? Okay, Darian Lad, right? Darian Lad. Okay, Darien Ladd. Right, we get to log in as him. So use RIAN. That is EN. RIAN. Dairy Lad. Okay, we are logging in. I'm logging in with this newly created user. So I take a while. Okay, so we are just logging in there. Right? So it's still loading. Uh, Let me see whether I can open it. It's still it's opening there. Right. Yeah. You see that all of these ones coming up. I have to close these ones. Now we should be right. Let's see control panel. Go to small icons. Right. So we'll see that Windows depend on firewall, right? And network and sharing center. We can't see, but that's good, right? One more thing I want to have a look now. So there's a child organizational unit under. I'm going to log in and look into that user as well. So sign up. This way DC01, right? So we mentioned we were in W01, right? This one is called let's use W01 GPC. Okay, so go to marketing these users, right? So let's see logging into one of these user and that policy because it's inherited, so it should apply to this one, right? Let me logging in Natalia Rice Nathalia. Okay, let's try to log in as Natalia Rice, right? Okay, so other users Thalia Rice. So you need to Natalia. So she's in a marketing users group. It's like here for sales. Take a while because these all users are new. I haven't logged into them at all. So the first time see that everything coming up for the first time. That's why it take a little while. So let's have a look. Let's try to get control again. Sometimes it take a little while because it still is setting up the things. See that coming out. Go to small icons. So it's still we are good because we can't see network and sharing center as well as Windows 5. Now let's see what we can do. Let me go into here. Sign out. It's not. Right. We go into our group policy management console. So, so see that policy I created, right? And link to these users in the sales. One link to the child one as well in users in here as well, right? But let's see about uh, create another policy here. I can separately create another policy here, right? Uh, what we can do is we can create a policy separately here. It will going to be only affecting of these users, right? Users in marketing, right? Um, okay. Okay. So let's see, right? We don't want to inherit that this one applying into this one, right? And I can use block inheritance. Let's see what happens if you use block inheritance, right? So this one is a block, right? So it now should not apply these ones here, right? Let's try GP update post, right? So now we're going to looking as one of these marketing user. Then we should be able to see that two items should come back because it's blocking inheritance of this policy. Let's look in this one. So it should be applied by now. Natalia Royce, she's in the marketing, logging in. All right. So let's go and have a look. Control panel. All right. See, you can see network and sharing center and Windows Defender firewall came back because we blocked. But if you're logging into still, it should be applied to the other users, right? Let's go into one of the other users, not in marketing. I'm going to go and have a look one of the other user in. Okay, let's go and have a look. So Belinda Crook, she is in sales. Belinda Crook. C-R-double-O-K, Crook. Okay, so she still should just, we should see her uh, control panel items are restricted still. But see that, all right, so let's go and have a look. Control panel. So let's go to control panel. All right. See that? You still can't see network and sharing center and Windows firewall in this one. But as we had a look under group policy, we just did the block inheritance, right? So block inheritance means that doesn't apply these policies into this group, right? Okay, I think this is all for today. We'll see you in the next video with how do we apply policy into a group of computers. Thank you. Bye.